Fire away.
Is that what you tell the team in the moment after that win?
Yeah, just proud of them. This is something we needed, but it's just a small step in our journey for the rest of the season. We expect to be on the road, win divisional games, to achieve all the things that we talk about internally as a team. This is something that's necessary. And it is a big win, but we got to turn around. We play on Thursday night, so these guys got to turn around and get focused right now.
What was most meaningful about this win for you?
I think just our team's ability to finish on the road. We found ourselves in similar situations to that over the last 3 years. And it's just the mindset of our team right now is that nothing's going to be able to take that victory away from us. And you saw it last week in a different way, but this week our guys just finished, and we needed our defense to be in a bend but not break mode there at the end, and they were, and they made the stops when they needed to. We'd like to finish with the ball on offense. That last play really is the one you want to take back, but I thought our guys were physical in the run game. They tried to throw a lot of different stuff at us to slow us down in the run game. We were efficient enough early to get that lead and then play the type of game we wanted to play today against Pittsburgh. So it was just really a credit to all three phases for allowing us to do that.
How important has Logan Wilson become for you guys on defense with 3 interceptions so far this year?
I feel like I guess I can't say if he gets enough attention or not, but I know his value to this team. The team knows his value. He quietly just steps up and just makes tremendous play after tremendous play. And I couldn't say if he gets the respect he deserves nationally, but he's going to be a great player in this league for a long time, and we're really glad to have him.
Zach, obviously, the last drive of the first half was clutch, and Jamar's chase goes without saying. But can you talk about that last drive of the first half and how it unfolded, and then Jamar's catch?
Yeah, it's same as Minnesota. It was 7-7. We got the ball back before the half. We went down, hit the same play to Jamar both games to go 14-7, get the ball back to start the half, score points. Against Minnesota we got 7. This one we got 3. So very, very similar. That's how we want to play. We want to dominate the end of the half and then come out strong to start the third quarter. It puts you in a great position then to play how we know we got to play on the road. And so the only difference probably was I didn't go for 4th and 1 on the -30, to give them 7 points. So that's the biggest difference there. But I was proud of the way that our guys bowed up and played in the second half.
Coach, you gave up no sacks to a team that's had that long record of at least one in a game forever.
Yeah.
What do you think that means for you guys, and how did you do it?
That's our expectation. It is our expectation. And again, there's been a lot made of the sacks the last 2 weeks, but you don't want to make excuses for what happened. But we know that they were very, very easily fixable. And it was just one guy each time, and now our guys are playing together. It's a young part of the season right now. It's going to take some time for everybody to gel as a team. The O-line's no different. They stepped up. They knew they needed to protect Joe. Joe knew he needed to protect himself. Really proud of the way that those guys played. And again, our defense just putting us in that position to where we could play how we knew we needed to play. We weren't down 20-3 because of self-imposed, shots we took to ourselves last week. And that's just how we want to play football. Play with the lead, and it allows you to do a lot of good stuff.
What was it like to harass Ben on the other end of that? You kept Joe clean. What was it like to harass Ben?
Yeah, it's good. It's fun. It's fun to watch the other quarterback on his back, and our guys are relentless with their pressure, and sometimes you don't have to bring pressure to get the pressure. Our guys up front have done a tremendous job. Whether it's a 3, 4, 5-man rush, those guys up front, they're making it count. And that's great to see.
What do you think of Jackson Carman's first start in his performance?
I thought overall it's a little hard for me to evaluate the line right now, come off the game, but I saw some good stuff. There were a couple things early that got him, I think, right out the gate, and then he just calmed down. That's not to be unexpected. We're on the road in a big divisional game, and from my eye, he calmed down and did a great job. And we ran the ball to the right a lot. He's right there in the mix on that stuff. So that was really good to see. And it's a credit to Riley and Trey. You got 2 veterans kind of around him to help him through that. And Jackson had the right mentality. We've been talking to him all week about it. And obviously he must have played pretty well to have some of the runs that we had over there.
You said this is something we needed. Do you feel like it's something that can build the belief that you needed for those guys to believe in the direction that you have everything headed at this point?
I just think this team has believed in each other, and losing a game early in the season last week was no setback for us. We just needed to learn from that game, and we did. And I think that's what's critical in the league. I mean, how many teams have finished 17-0, 16-0 too? So the critical part is when you lose a game early on the road to not let it beat you twice, which we didn't today, but to learn from all those critical mistakes that we made that set us back. And I think our team did that today. And again, there's just a lot of belief in that locker room right now. And we just got to capitalize on it, keep the momentum going.
What kind of progress does this kind of win show, having this kind of opponent against a divisional rival, given what y'all have done the last couple of years in the division?
Well, again, we need to have more success in our division. And today's just the first opportunity we had to do that. I'm thankful that it came on the road. I'm glad our first divisional game was on the road because it's just a great part of our early season momentum that we needed to build. We would have, if you could have had drawn up the schedule, I would have wanted a week 3 divisional opponent on the road. I would have wanted that, And so again, we just got to finish strong this week on this Thursday night.
You said you needed to learn from last week's loss. What was the biggest thing?
You're facing a good defense. You're playing a physical team on both sides of the ball. We lost the turnover battle 4-1. We didn't do some smart things sometimes with the field position. I'm talking to myself as well, And so again, all of us coaches and players just learning from some of those things that happened, and just making sure we didn't make the same mistakes twice. And I thought we all did a better job today.
Zach, you guys held them, I think, to 3 points on a 9-minute drive.
Yeah.
When the defense comes off the field like that and holds them to 3 points, what's the message?
Great job. We're up 3 possessions there in the second half. And they're tired. They're out there. They're facing good players. Najee Harris is a physical back. He wears people out, whether he's running it or I think he had an amazing amount of catches today. So he's still got to tackle him, whether he's getting the rushes or not. But it was bend but not break. You're up 3 scores. Let the clock keep bleeding. They're not giving up huge chunk plays for the most part. Kept them out of the end zone with touchdowns, limited them to field goals, or limited them to stops on 4th down. And that's just what we needed from those guys today in the second half when we had that lead coming out of that first possession of the 3rd quarter.
It's kind of how you ended last week. You get Logan made a pick. Joe comes back and throws a touchdown after he had thrown a pick.
Yeah.
What did you say to him after that interception? Because he came out and he came back.
Logan or Joe?
Joe.
He was being aggressive. That was a play we wanted. He pushed the ball down the field and was aggressive with it. We'll see it on the tape. I don't know. Whether he missed it by a little bit, potentially, that's a possibility. But again, we want our quarterback to be aggressive, and we'll never take that away from him.
After that long drive that ended in just the field goal, I think a lot of people figured you just come out and run the ball, run the clock, and you go empty. Was there a message there that we're staying aggressive?
Yeah, we thought there were some good opportunities there. We didn't get exactly the look that we would have liked to get there, and they challenged us a little bit, and we just had an incompletion. But again, we weren't just going to concede and get under center and run the ball because they were mixing their fronts up like crazy because we had some success in the first half. So we knew we were still going to have to try to get them off a little bit. And, we threw an incompletion there, and then Riley went out on one drive, and so you got to protect yourself a little bit. They got Ingram over there rushing. So you got to be smart there with Riley missing a couple plays. And so that kind of made us maybe a little conservative there on that possession.
In terms of the long-term scope of things, what can you learn about your team in a divisional game on the road that you can't maybe learn in another situation or setting?
I think we can lean on all 3 phases. I really do. You look at the field position our special teams created. You look at the mindset our defense has played with for 3 weeks, the belief they have in themselves, and then the offense is capable of, on a moment's notice, of being explosive and scoring some points, and we can get the ground game going. So I really think that the team believes in all 3 phases that we can do whatever it takes to win, depending on the style of game we're going to play.
All right, thanks.
Thank you all.